What's up, everybody? In today's video, we will be looking over the 3 new Spider-Man No Way Home posters that released just yesterday, and everything that they reveal. As there are a few things that you might have missed that I would love to give my thoughts on. But before we do that, a message from today's sponsor. It's the 10th anniversary of Captain America the First Avenger. Christ, I feel old. Easily one of my favorite films of the MCU's first phase, and I still think it's one of the better MCU films. And to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Captain America the First Avenger, Digiati are hosting another WinX DVD Ripper giveaway. Follow the link in the description below to light a candle for Captain America the First Avenger's 10th anniversary, and you could be in with a chance to win some great prizes, including a 60% off coupon for WinX HD Video Converter Deluxe, Amazon gift cards, and more. You can enter via the link in the description below. Good luck, champs. And thanks again to Digiati for sponsoring this video. So here we have Spider-Man and Doctor Strange popping out of a portal from the Mirror World into a destroyed Times Square, facing off against Doc Ock and the Green Goblin. And yeah, this is quite a step up from previous posters, I'd say. Once again, Peter is in his Iron Spider suit, and I really do wonder how much of this suit we're going to be seeing in this film, because from what we've seen in the trailers, it only appears to be one scene. But hey, trailers can be deceiving. I mean, we didn't see much of the Night Monkey suit in the Far From Home trailers, but that was kind of the main suit of that film. This is the kind of poster that tells us a little bit about the story as well. We got a little bit of context here, and we can see in the background on these monitors, we can see lots of J. Jonah Jameson, Peter Parker being Spider-Man's identity revealed, being Public Enemy #1. On one of these screens, I think you could see the Lizard, or maybe that's a silhouette of another Spider-Person or something. Not sure about that. And of course, we've got Green Goblin up here in his green gobby goodness. And yeah, he's very, very green. He looks very small, though, proportionately with the rest of this image. It's like, I am Mini Goblin. Little reference to the What If mode from Spider-Man PS2 there, for those that didn't get that. And like the other posters, the more you look at it, the more references you can see to the other villains that will be appearing in the film. Such as you can see lightning strikes in the back there in the Mirror World, representing Electro. And I'm pretty sure there's got to be some sand in here somewhere, right? Because, I mean, like, that seems to be how they're representing Sandman. And yeah, that's kind of our Sinister 5 right there. Count them. If that's the Lizard on the screen, that's all of the villains. I mean, there's some particles of something here, so that could be the Sandman, right? Probably reaching a little bit here. But even so, like, you know, they found ways to sneak different villains in. The Electro one is quite a sneaky nod. Yeah. But, like, I still would prefer to actually see the villains rather than just electricity and sand, because that is quite vague, but you know how it is. But yes, this poster is quite a step up. I love how Doc Ock's tentacles are winding around and there's lots of motion on them. I wish we had Spider-Man in a different suit, and they're doing the Homecoming thing of having the special guest star on every single poster, as we've got Doctor Strange here. Kind of gives off that vibe of like the Marvel team-up, doesn't it? Alright, well, yeah, that one's solid. I'd rate it a solid 7 out of 10. Let's move on to the next one. Oh yes, we finally got the upgraded suit on one of these posters! And that's the nicest thing I can say about this, because otherwise this poster does not capture my imagination in any way. This is the emptiest one. There's nothing else here other than Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and the Mirror World. And, yeah, okay. This looks kind of like the kind of thing I'd see on the side of a bus, I guess. But, like, it kind of almost feels kind of amateurish in places. Like, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man do appear very much to be PNG cutouts with an inner glow filter on them. Just looks a bit unfinished, like where's the light source coming from? I mean, you've got light in front of them, but where's this light on their backs coming from? They don't even appear to really be properly color graded with the scene either. But yeah, it's Doctor Strange opening up a portal for Spider-Man to jump into, and there's the big upside down world behind them. So what it basically tells you in this poster is it's a Spider-Man and Doctor Strange crossover and not much more. No villains present, nothing else. Yeah, it also just looks kind of cluttered with the Spider-Man No Way Home logo over the upside down city. Yeah, this is probably the worst one of the bunch that we've had so far, gonna say that. Which is a shame, because it finally has something other than the Iron Spider on it. The best Spider-Man suit of the MCU, the upgraded suit. It's so pretty. It's such a nice suit. I love this suit so much. I want to see more of it on these posters, please. Please. Well, will our wish be granted with the third one? No, but this is by far the best poster we've had for this film, like, hands down. It does have that trademark thing of how many MCU characters can we fit in a circle. You know, trying to kind of follow that Star Wars blueprint with the characters being differing sizes. I mean, if you took this literally, look at the giant Iron Spider. But I do like this poster. And again, well, he's in his Iron Spider suit, but there is some serious definition on this. Like, there are things I appreciate about the Iron Spider. I'm not going to pretend I hate the Iron Spider. I like the Iron Spider. It's not one of my favorites. It's not something I want to see much more of either. But, like, I like it, and I like being able to get a close look at all the metallic details on this suit. But Iron Spider aside, we can see that the mirror world is actually twisting around our characters with Ox tentacles twisting with it, which I really, really like. That is really awesome. And the gang is all here for this one as well. Obviously, we've got Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. We've got Zendaya's MJ. Wrapping around Zendaya, we've got all this sand here. Next to that, we've got the lizard roaring. We've got Electro at the very front, almost like he's making the electricity at the lower half of the portal. We got Doc Ock's tentacles all over the place. And who's this? Who is this? You look a bit different, don't you? Well, that's Willem Dafoe. That's Willem Dafoe in his new Green Goblin suit, which was leaked a little while ago, and we did get a small glimpse of it in the previous trailer. And some people were saying, is that Dane DeHaan? Unlikely. Some people were saying, is that James Franco? Very unlikely. There's a lot of controversy surrounding that guy. Is it Ned Leeds becoming the Hobgoblin? And no, that's way too much to fit in one movie. No, this is Willem Dafoe in a newly retooled, damaged Green Goblin armor. And it's built on top of his original Green Goblin armor that we will also be seeing in the film, as we've seen in the trailers and previous posters. Presumably, his mask gets absolutely trashed. I get the feeling there's going to be a very fierce battle between him and Spidey for his suit to get this fucked up. But they're bringing in some more of those classic comic book Green Goblin sensibilities, such as the hood, the moving face, obviously, as he's not wearing a mask this time, and his iconic handbag. You can't really see it here, but the color scheme of this is green and purple, which means that it is the first of the Green Goblin costumes in the history of the Spider-Man films to have a purple hood on it. Kind of crazy how it's taken this long. And yeah, I think this is a really cool look, a really cool reimagining of that Green Goblin look. It definitely brings us more in the direction of the comics. We're going to get to see Willem Dafoe doing some facial acting and stuff as well. And, you know, in the place of those bulging goblin eyes, we've got these goggles here, which I think are pretty cool if you ask me. I'm going to say this, for as cool as this redesign is, and for as clever as this redesign is, you're not going to get a Green Goblin design closer to my heart than the 2002 version. As cool as this is, and I would definitely accept it if this was the main costume they were going for, I'm pleased as Peach to be seeing the classic 2002 Goblin suit in this film as well. But I think this is so cool, the way you got like a damaged version of said 2002 costume with the purple hood, and with the satchel, creating those classic Green Goblin sensibilities. This is the closest thing we've probably had to the classic Green Goblin look, and what a great redesign it is. It's kind of showing us how an MCU Green Goblin would look, I guess, but folding in those Raimi sensibilities. How lucky are we, man? How lucky are we? Like, I've always said, you know, if they do the Green Goblin, they're never going to top the 2002 version. They'll never have a better casting choice than Willem Dafoe. And they straight up, they did the Green Goblin again for the MCU, and it's Willem Dafoe, and he's in his previous suit, and now we got an evolution of that for the MCU, and I just think that is awesome as hell. I love this. Also, Electro's new design we'll just talk about real quick. So, we've seen in the trailer that it is going to pull much more from the 616 style of Green Goblin. He's going to have that sort of starfish electricity mask over his face, which I'm really looking forward to. We don't have this here, but what we've got here I would still say is a superior Electro design to the one that we had in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which looks like someone tried to make Dr. Manhattan on Sims 3. Now, I'm not going to say that, you know, without that starfish mask, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is pure classic Electro, because it definitely isn't. But it definitely keeps more of those classic Electro sensibilities, such as the green and yellow color scheme. I like these cables we've got coming out from this. Hang on a minute. That's an arc reactor. Oh no, Iron Boy Jr. Yeah, we've also seen in some of the TV spots they've released recently that yes, he's definitely wearing an arc reactor on his chest. And not everybody is all too pleased about that, given the MCU Spider-Man's track record with fighting ex-Stark employees or people that just have a general beef with Tony Stark. And it's like, oh no, we're seeing the Doc Ock is gonna get the Iron Spider nanoparticles on his tentacles, so he's infused with Stark tech, and Electro's using an arc reactor, and who knows what they're gonna do to the Green Goblin. But, like, rest easy. I do think there's quite a difference between using Stark tech and, like, actually having a beef with Tony Stark. Which, let's face it, none of these guys are gonna have. Because none of these guys will have ever met Tony Stark before. These guys will have beef with Spider-Man. Well, other Spider-Man. Wow. Okay, Tom Holland definitely has a shortage of villains that have beef with just himself. But hey, you make beef. You make beef with someone, the chances are that someone has beef with someone else. People who make beef make beef. But I get it, they're more having beef with the same person. They're more having beef with Tony Stark. It gets kind of old after a while. In this case, though, it's definitely just the usage of Stark tech, and I don't see why they wouldn't use that. The question is, why does Electro have an arc reactor? I think, you know, it's inherently possible that the arc reactor is working as kind of an inhibitor for his powers, taking up all of his skin like that and stuff, so that's why he's not blue anymore. Or something. I don't know, I'm sure we'll see in the film. But yeah, quite a bit to talk about in this one. Really like this poster, actually. Definitely my favorite of the No Way Home posters by quite a wide margin, and probably one of the better of the MCU Spider-Man posters. And what the fuck does that say about the MCU Spider-Man posters? Yeah, no, not too bad. Not too bad. But, yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comments below, because that's what's important, right? Having a nice old discussion. Sure, this can't go wrong in any way. But yeah, that's me done for today. So until the next time, bye-bye. So what do you guys think? If you enjoyed this video and you want to support more like it, be sure to hit that big, beautiful subscribe button. And of course, in the description below are links to different social media feeds, including the Patreon. If you're feeling extra generous, like the following people, who are David 20 Covers, JK Strife, Marcus Ward, Sirius the Skeptic, Biotinarts, Mr. SP, Sergio, George is Lost, Legendary Ray Ray, Cheesemaster769, Adam Myers, and Fayalan Schwarzentraub. Thank you guys, you are the best of the best, but as for the rest of you, thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a great day.